Running Warehouse, and I'm out here today with adidas Terrex athlete Emily Hawgood. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me out. Super excited to be out here.
So we are at Montana de Oro State Park, and it's one of my favorite places on the Central Coast. You got a little bit of a warm-up so far. What do you think of the park?
Oh, it's so beautiful, and this mist rolling in is amazing. The green trails everywhere. I'm excited to explore.
This place is really magical. So today we're going to be running in the Terrex Speed Ultra. It's my first time in the shoe, but Emily, you've been running in the shoe for about a year now. What should I expect?
I'm not going to tell you too much, not give away too many of our secrets, but it's super fun, super bouncy. These trails are perfect. You're really going to feel the speed. I'm excited to hear what you think.
Great. I'm excited to try them out. Let's go for a run. So Emily, you just finished up Chianti, an amazing job there.
Thank you.
Women's first place, new course record. How are you feeling coming off of that race and then coming into Western States?
Yeah, feeling great. Super nice to kind of get into the end of my recovery post that, and then have a solid 3-month rock before States. Really exciting. Be at home on the coast. Yeah, I can't wait.
So you used the Speed Ultras for that race.
Yep.
What do you feel is the best terrain for these shoes?
They can literally handle everything, which has been really fun to see. Last year at States we had a little more snow, and it was cool to test them out on that. Incredible grip and super comfortable. I mean, the best thing for a 100-mile race is to have a comfortable shoe. So the cushioning has been incredible. The grip, they drain so well, like that was great. Honestly, like I feel like all grounds are covered. You know, it has a little bit of everything and handles really well. Like any terrain. I mean, right now it's super cool because we don't even have to think. We're just bouncing along.
Especially downhill.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like I'm just like
cool.
Rolling forward in the shoe.
Good, good. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Is there anything that stands out to you?
Definitely the cushioning.
Yeah?
I can't believe how soft they are.
Cool.
And really those energy rods give the shoe so much stability.
Right? Yeah. That's good that you feel
you
that.
know,
yeah.
Definitely a slower runner. I don't need a carbon-plated racing shoe.
Yep.
But really, these feel so great. They feel soft, they feel cushioned, but they also feel really stable.
Nice. Yeah, that's a big thing. I mean, obviously with the rocker, a lot of people can get shocked by that when you first put it on. I definitely did when I first put on the shoe. And at first I was like, oh, I don't know. This was way in the prototype put together, you know. I was like, I don't know if this would be a shoe I like, and I love it. Like every day, it's my shoe I choose, which is really cool.
That's really great. So you're training in the shoe as well as racing in it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm out on the Western States trails, and so as much as I can be out in the shoes I'm gonna wear out there, the better.
Okay, so we're hitting a rockier spot here.
Yep.
Do you have any tips for addressing rockier sections of the trail and doing that efficiently?
Yeah, kind of. Okay. On rocky stuff, realizing that your foot is just gonna move onto your next step, like pretty quickly. You don't have to feel like you need to land and stay there for a while. So like smaller steps, quicker, and like constantly moving forward seems to help me a lot. So if something does move underneath you, you're actually not planted there at all. You're onto your next step already, so then you're safe.
And what in a shoe makes you feel confident on those rocky spots?
Yeah, I mean the comfort for sure, but still being connected to the ground. Like even right now we have 2 pretty thick layers of foam under us, but I feel like we're on a rocky section, and I know it, I can feel it. I can feel each rock we go over, but it's not injuring me or causing any damage to my foot. I don't know if that makes sense.
Absolutely. I feel like the shoe's adapting.
Yeah.
But you still have that protection.
Yes.
It's not, you're not gonna get stone bruised.
Yes, yes.
Or anything like that.
Yeah, and that's what I found on other shoes before, maybe like later on in races. You know, at the beginning you feel like it's like that, but then as you go on and you're out there for hours and hours, the final few hours are like, okay, I can feel every single rock coming through my shoe.
This outsole doesn't have super aggressive legs, but I still feel like it's gripping really well on both the water stuff, the rocks. Is there a terrain that you feel like it works best on?
Yeah, I mean, that's the best part about this outsole that we have on there right now. The grip is insane in any sense of the word. Like, I haven't had an issue at all with like anything. Super rocky, super technical, super rutted, you know, to super smooth trails, to hopping on the road for a couple miles midway through an ultra. The shoe handles it all, and I don't feel the legs at all, but I'm confident that I'm gonna stay upright.
And then for this upper, I was worried it was gonna be a little too snug, but I feel like it just adapted to my feet perfectly.
Yeah.
Like first few steps, and even my bunions have no pressure points, and that's saying a lot for me. How do you feel like this shoe fits for you?
Yeah, it fits really well. When I first put it on right out the box, I realized like I have to tie it tighter because I have a really narrow foot. But the shoelaces allow that to happen, and there's no bunching of material at all within the shoe when you do that. And then we chatted a little earlier about a heel lock and how that really makes the shoe fit into place. And the upper responds really well to that too. And so you have this super light, efficient, you know, drainable upper that holds the shoe on. But it's literally like wearing a sock, a very, very cushiony sock.
Steeper here, walking for a section. How often do you feel like you run versus walk in most ultras? Or I should say hike.
Yeah.
Run versus hike.
Hike.
In most ultras.
Hike, walk. Yeah, definitely a mix, you know. There's a lot of good times to walk, saving the legs early, getting some nutrition in. When you're working really hard, it can be harder to eat and run, you know, super hard. So I find sometimes in the uphills it's kind of fun to get some calories in at the same time.
Yeah.
But maybe drop the heart rate just a little.
As someone who's personally looking to get into ultra marathons, what are some top tips that you would have for me looking to run my first race?
Oh, it's exciting. Try and get out like on the types of terrain you want to run in. Test your gear on that terrain. So if you want to use the Terrex Speed Ultras, run on the type of terrain you're going to be running on. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Practice how you want to fuel in training, and just have fun.
Would you have any tips for me as a newer, hopeful ultra runner when going downhill?
Yeah, so just basically on your downhills, you just need to build a little confidence. Kind of getting into your head like, everyone falls and you'll probably be okay.
I've definitely fallen before. There is a video somewhere in Running Warehouse's YouTube channel that shows me falling.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so just doing a little more and kind of leaning forward into it. You know, the shoe helps a little bit with that. It doesn't let you kind of sit back. Try and enjoy it.
Yeah. How much influence do the athletes have on the design of shoes like the Speed Ultra?
Oh, I love that you asked that because the athletes design it. It's really cool. Like just last week, we went over to Herto, to our headquarters, and we got to meet with our design teams. And you know, they already are thinking about products that are going to come out in 3 years. And they were asking our opinions and what we thought. They put together, you know, basic designs. Immediately, we're the first testers in the gear, like everything from a hat down to, you know, the Terrex Speed Ultra that you're running in right now. We really put it to the test and have it at races. That's why it's such a long process, and people see it on our feet early. Because we don't want to just release something that hasn't been put to the test on the specific races we do and terrains and where we live. And it's been like so much a part of the journey. It's just incredible to give your feedback, and we have opinions, you know, from 35, 40 athletes on the team. So we all get to come together and try and make products that serve everyone. And so unique, such a cool side of the trail running sport.
That's great. I do feel like this is a shoe we've been seeing on athletes' feet for over a year now, a whole year now. And I feel like oftentimes you see those shoes go to market so much sooner, but adidas just continues to tweak and perfect this model. And I feel like as a consumer, we're so lucky to get such a dialed in final product.
Yeah. So nice to confidently to be able to hand over exactly the product I'm using to you. You know, they haven't tweaked anything specifically for me. Like we wear the shoes that come off the shelf. So that's nice for everyone to know that the athlete can walk into a store too and buy that pair of shoes and trust it just as much as the general public is gonna.
We just finished up our run in the Terrex Speed Ultra. Emily, I thought these shoes were so comfortable and so fun. That Lightstrike Pro foam just was cushioned but bouncy, and no matter what terrains, from the smooth fire road to some of that rockier trails, I just felt protected and great. For you, do you feel like this shoe is something that you can use for any terrain?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's my go-to shoe. Doesn't matter where I'm going or how long I'm going out. And just running behind you was really cool. Like, you were in control the whole time, and it was cool to watch the shoe perform on your feet.
Well, I'm so excited to have the shoe finally on the market, finally something that someone like me can try out. It was so much fun running with you today. Thank you so much for coming out and exploring our local trails, and I wish you best of luck with all your races this year, Emily.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
Well, if you're interested in getting the Terrex Speed Ultra for yourself, you can find it at runningwarehouse.com.